Over my years of practicing calisthenics training, I have completed thousands of push-up repetitions. Over that time, I've experimented with several push-up variations, not only to maximize the effectiveness of my set and apply progressive overload, but also simply to keep it interesting and have fun. I discovered a cool push-up variation that I haven't seen anyone else talk about, so I wanted to share it today. Before I jump into that though, really fast, if you're interested in bodyweight and calisthenics style training you can do at home or without access to a gym, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of that kind of content from me. And please leave a like on the video as it goes a long way. So, this push-up variation is fairly simple, and you can see it demonstrated on screen now. You'll start as if you're doing a normal push-up all the way down. However, instead of simply pushing back up from there, you'll take an extra second to lean slightly forward and partially raise back upwards to complete a half rep in that forward position. From here, you drop back into a normal push-up position and complete the rep. You repeat this as you would any repetition exercise, but extending the push-up rep with this extra forward-leaning half rep at the bottom. What I love about this exercise is that it adds a level of difficulty to the standard push-up without becoming an entirely different movement. Not only are you completing normal push-ups, but you're accentuating the difficulty of the time under tension by staying in the most stretched position for your chest and making it work just a little bit harder. The leaned forward technique while completing the half rep portion of the exercise also imitates the position of a pseudo planche push-up to some degree, which is a way more difficult variation of the push-up. It puts a lot more pressure on your chest, your core, and your scapula by applying more weight into that half rep just to increase the tension a little bit more. And this could help you eventually progress into full sets of pseudo planche push-ups in the future as you become accustomed to leaning forward in your push-up reps by using this technique as a bridge between the standard and pseudo planche variations. As I said before, by throwing in that extra step into each of your push-up repetitions, you're increasing the time under tension every single time. This can immensely help speeding up the process of hypertrophy, making both your arms and your chest work harder to complete a rep. I really like utilizing this version of the push-up in order to speed up my workouts. For example, if I'm trying to complete a workout but I'm in a bit of a time crunch and only have 20 minutes to work out instead of 40, I could exhaust my muscles in half the time by performing this style of a push-up, whereas to reach the same level of work with the standard push-up, it would take me far more sets and repetitions. Does this mean this push-up variation is far better than the standard push-up and you should replace your normal push-ups with this exercise completely? Well, I wouldn't go that far. The standard push-up is far simpler to perform, and if you do have the time, I would encourage you to train the standard push-up for most of your sets, maybe throwing in this variation for a couple sets at the end of your training to really burn out your chest and ensure you've maxed out your muscles for the day. And I really do encourage you to train your push-ups, even if you're someone who's been training calisthenics for a long time. It is, in fact, one of the 5 essential bodyweight exercises I encourage everyone to build a level of mastery of in order to establish a confident foundation in your overall fitness. If you'd like to learn what my other top exercise picks are, you can download my free guide from my Patreon page, first link in the description. My final reason for highlighting this push-up variation is, to put it simply, just for fun. It's fun to experiment with new variations of exercises to keep your training enjoyable, engaging, and challenging for both your body and your brain. So try out this new push-up variation for yourself, let me know what you think, and whether you'll be adding it into some of your future workouts. I'm not really sure what to name this variation. I originally called it 1.5 push-ups, but it's kind of a long name, so I've been leaning towards calling it pulse push-ups instead, as it closely imitates the technique of pulse squats. Let me know which name idea you like better, or if you have an original suggestion in the comments, and we'll pick the name together. Once again, if you'd like to find out what my top 5 recommended exercises are that everyone should train, you can download my free guide from my Patreon. The link is in the description. Leave a like on this video if you haven't already, subscribe to not miss any more calisthenics content from me, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, happy training.